Hi, beautiful souls. How's everybody out there doing today? Hope you guys all having such a beautiful day. Today for me is a sad day. The passing of DMX. He was one of my favorite rapper. He was so passionate, okay? So passionate about his talent. You could tell, he had that gift. And, I know his soul is at rest. He was just, I don't know how to describe him. He was just, I don't know, he was just different. You could tell, something about him was just different. And, his battle with substance abuse, you know, we need to do more, when it comes to substance abuse, addiction, mental health. There needs to be more awareness. This week, DJ Funk Master Flex um, made a statement, right? He called out the music industry. He called out DMX friends, okay? All right, like where were they throughout DMX battle with addiction, right? You know, he called out his friends in the music industry. Like they all knew about DMX demons and his struggles. Like, I don't know, like did they not do enough to help him prior to this point? Like where were they when he struggled, when he has past struggles with addiction, all right? DMX was very vocal when it came to open up about his past and struggle with addiction, all right? Um, he talked about his struggles and, even though he had money, didn't mean anything, right? He struggled with mental and emotional state of childhood trauma, right? That happened to him. And then he was, thrown into the spotlight and fame. And DMX was always open about his battle with addiction. And, he claimed that a former mentor, when he was 14, okay, tricked him into smoking crack. And, you know, these are things that we need to talk about when it comes to mental illness, when it comes to substance abuse. There is a stigma against the person, right? We don't like to address, that side of the person, right? We choose not to address it, or we choose to ignore it, or we blame the person for their addiction, right? Um, the question is like why some people use substance, become addicted. And the answer to that is like the experience of substance use is different for each person and how it affects that person. All right. And it depends on factors, various factors. All right. Addiction and substance abuse are often connected to a person's life experience, mental health, behavior patterns. Addiction is caused by being dependent, all right, resulting in a physical change in the brain that causes craving. As a result, using substance may be a choice for some people, for those who have addiction issues, all right? And it's not really a choice of quitting. May be extremely difficult, even with support. I believe that no one chooses addiction, right? People who use drugs or alcohol comes from all walks of life. They are parents, children, friends, co-workers, neighbors. Many people with substance disorder or mental health faces barriers in getting the support and service that they need because of the stigma that is surrounding the addiction. So a stigma is a negative attitude and belief about a group of people due to their behavior or circumstances in life. It includes discrimination, prejudice, judging, labeling, excluding, and stereotyping. Fear and misunderstanding often lead to stigma against people who uses drugs, who are regularly blamed for their inability to stop using. This further contributes to feeling of hopelessness, shame, and isolation. The stigma increases the likelihood that a person will hide their substance use from others, and they will use alone or in an unsafe way or environment. And they often avoid, seeking help from others, even when they want to, because of stigma that attaches to their substance use. Um, you know, the stigma as well destroys his self-esteem, relationships, and makes it harder to assess treatment, jobs, and housing. And that leads to discrimination and isolation. For DMX, he grew to fame by rapping, okay? But for others who, don't have any income, all right, that leads to a much more harder living environment for those that struggle with substance abuse or mental health. We need to do more. Like, we really need to do more and stop blaming the person. We need to take time to see that person. Like, there's no typical path to addiction, right? There are many reasons why people get, why people use this substance, right? Like, there's no, straight path to why, substance are used. Some comes from childhood trauma, violence, or just stress, all right? Stress at school, work, home, just, Some come from feeling alone, all right? Excluded or powerless, all right? Some do result from prescription medicine, all right, that deals with chronic pain. Sometimes the cause is unknown. I believe like addiction is a health issue, all right? It's not a character flaw. It's a health issue. It is simply not a matter of the willpower or having a desire to stop. All right? I believe a substance use disorder is a medical condition. Sometimes the person wants to stop, but they can't. And it causes changes in the brain and body that makes it very hard to stop using a substance, regardless of the harm it causes to the person or to others around them. And I believe that people with substance use disorder deserve to be treated with the same dignity, care, and respect given to others who are living with a health condition or disorder, such as cancer, heart disease, or diabetes. They need to be treated the same. We need to take action to stop the stigma when it comes to substance abuse users and mental health, right? We need to learn more about these disorders and stop the stigma behind these. We need to choose compassion, all right? Acknowledge a person as a human being all right? Treat them with kindness, care, and respect. See a person for who they are and what they can be, and not what drugs they're using, all right? Or what mental health illness they have. See them for as a human being. Recognize that your own experience or lack of experience should not be used to making assumptions or judgment about another person's life. Give support to that person and remember to extend support to their family members, loved ones. Listen to their story. Take time to listen to them. Be there for them when they need you. And acknowledge how hard the situation may be for them. Okay? Sometimes we say, oh, it's easy for them just to stop. No, it's not easy for them just to stop. Acknowledge how hard sometimes it could be for them. Choose your words carefully. Okay? Like, don't label them as a hurtful label as, oh, they're a drug user or they're a drug abuser. All right? Like, replace those words with a person's name. And sometimes you have to accept a person's situation, avoid judgment, acknowledge what the person is going through. The difficult to disclose addiction and avoid passing blame, avoid it, all right? The difficulty that they're going through as well. You know, replace your negative assumptions with expression of care and concern. Listen to that person. Listen. Avoid lecturing. Listen, give them space. Allow them space and time for a person to share their story, their feelings, and what emotions that they're going through at that moment. Give them your full attention and stop yourself from jumping in and, saying what you think that they should be doing. Avoid forcing someone as well to share their story if they're not ready or willing. And always ask, how can you support them? How can you support them? Like, what support can you offer? It could be just being there, being company, sitting with them, help them to get support that they need at the moment. Something simple as that. Cooking them a meal. And choose to be involved. It's easier said than done, choose to be involved. Sometimes in our own family, we do have that cousin, aunt, uncle, that do have substance abuse disorder or mental health illness. And we just choose not to get involved, or we write off that person, or we just don't deal with that person. But make it a mission to try to get involved. You don't want, to hear, oh, I could have done this, I could have done that when they were alive, and when they were here, I could have done things differently. Try to get involved today. Reach out to them. Simply saying, hi, how are you? Do you need anything? I'm here to support you. Something so simple as that could go a long way. And don't blame their substance abuse on them. Look for ways of helping them to overcome their addiction. And it's not just putting a Band-Aid on something, it's going to fix it right away. Sometimes it takes time. And it takes effort. It takes patience and compassion and love and respect. Always respect. Always respect them. Treat them like a person. They deal with enough stigma out there. But as a family member, as a friend, as a neighbor, reach out to help. And don't judge, because you never know what a person is going through. Don't judge. Because your life could be okay today, but you never know what tomorrow holds. And I think the DMX passing, rest in power, DMX, has taught me too as well. Reach out more to others. If you haven't heard from them in a week or two, text them, call them to say hi. Because you never know what a person is going through. Sometimes a person just needs to know that they are worthy, that somebody cares about them. And never blame the person for their mental health or their addiction. Don't blame them for it. Don't say, oh, well, you could stop drinking if you wanted to. No, provide help. Reach out and provide help. Sometimes you may provide help. It may not work. They may not want it at that time. But let them know, I'm here. Whenever you need help, I'm here to help you. I will always be here to help you. Just because we're as a person, like you're not addicted to something, it doesn't mean that you're better than that person. Because we all have struggles throughout life. And for each one of us, it's different struggles. But if we try to help each other and care more and have respect for each other, we'll make this world a better place for all of us. And sometimes we have so much demons that it's hard to battle these demons. And we need help. And pride as well sometimes could get in our way for seeking or asking for help. And like I said, stigma against your addiction or mental health as well, why you don't want to seek out for help. But if you have that trusted neighbor or friend or somebody that you could just call on, please do it. Call on that person for help. And if you're that person that could provide that help, please do. Provide the help. If it takes 1,000,000 times for you to help that one person, do that 1,000,000 times. Because trust me, one day, that person's life is going to change. So, DMX was very talented, right? But he battled a lot of demons. And through it all, you could say, I watched an interview with him a couple weeks, I think, before this day, his death. And I think they asked, what is one thing like you could say about your life? And he said, I could say I lived my best life. So at least, that he's happy, right? He could say he lived his best life. He's happy. His soul's at rest. But as I leave this, okay, I just want to say, reach out to others. Reach out. Be that beacon of light for somebody else. And if you're that person that needs help, don't be scared. Seek help. All right? Seek help. You are never alone. Seek that help. Don't wait until it's too late. If you fell down one time, you fell down 50 times, it does not matter. It doesn't define you. Continue along your path. and seek help. No one is perfect. No one has it figured out. Seek help. I always say every day is a new day to rewrite your life. If you fail today, you always have tomorrow. And you're always blessed with tomorrow to do something different. So never be down on yourself. Look at this as a learning curve. You could be that beacon of light for somebody else. If you struggle right now with addiction, you could be that light for somebody else, to help somebody else get the help that you need. And if you're that family member, if you're that friend, if you're that neighbor right now and you know somebody out there that's struggling, help. Help. Be that caring, compassionate, respectful person. Don't judge them. Help them. Listen to them. Even offer them a glass of water. Sit with them. Sometimes that's all it takes. A hug as well. Just a hug. All right? Okay, guys. I hope, you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys again for another one. Please don't forget to like, share, and comment. All right? And subscribe as well. And enjoy your day. Bye.